You. Yeah, you. At the computer. Listen, we got a new format for the videos, alright? You better be excited. Welcome back, my friends. I'm D, also known as DKRO. Quick call to action. We are halfway to our goal. Help me hit 100 subscribers by the end of February, or perish. Today we're going to be doing a deck tech for this deck that I've played a couple times. I basically ripped it off from Jeff Hoogland, but that's fine. He ripped my deck off yesterday, so like we're even now. That none of that's true. This is a deck he calls Moon Miles, but I call Go Off, I guess. It's basically a Moon Girl deck. Moon Girl, Quinjet, you know, name a more iconic duo. That one day that my wife was on vacation and I had to make my own thumbnail. This was kind of that deck, but we've changed it up because we opened MFing Maximus. What up? Maximus is so good. I can't wait to play with him. On reveal, your opponent draws 2 cards. What could be better than that? This actually has an upside. Funny enough, against the Dracula decks, Maximus actually has an upside, but most of the time it just doesn't have a downside because you're going to play it on turn 6. The idea of this deck is just to copy your hand with Moon Girl, have the copies obviously be reduced in cost, have Miles Morales be reduced to 1 because a card moved because you either Juggernaut, Polaris, or Nightcrawlered. And then turn 5 or turn 6, just fill your side up with all kinds of like way overstatted 1-drops, right? Titania is a 1/5. Angela's like a 2/6. Mojo's like a 2/8. Mojo, we've decided, if you didn't see the Vibes video, new queer icon, Mojo. You could just tell. I don't know. Listen, I vibe with Mojo. Look, that's what I look like. IRL, LMAO, me IRL. Scorpion is good early, and then again, if you copy it with Moon Girl and do double Scorpion on 5, you're pretty happy about that. Though in general, we want slightly more stats on our board, and reducing theirs in hand isn't so good. Juggernaut is good for the movement, but also good on turn 6 to keep your opponent from playing like into their Wong lane. And then everything else just has too many stats for what it does. And that's it. That's the whole idea. At the end of this video, we have a special thing we're doing that I'm going to try. It's called a snapshot, a deck snapshot. And we're going to see how that goes and how you guys like it. So hopefully you get there and, you know, enjoy the games. Let's do this. We got our Ant-Man into Scorpion open it. Well, we're not going to Ant-Man on 1. In general, you don't really want to Ant-Man on 1. You want a Scorpion on 2. That's exceptional. Big fan of that. Colossus in Sewer System is good for them. Colossus can't have his power reduced. Okay, what's up? We're gonna fight over Asgard with this Juggernaut. We're gonna do what we can. All right. Yeah, I got no idea what their game plan is, but I think because they have Electro, doing this is fine. Because they'll... Oh. Nani? Oh, okay. Whatever. They can have the 2 cards. Let's... Huh. What do we do here? Maybe just... like that? We can't... Notably, we cannot Spider-Man... Like, we can't Nightcrawler move it, have Spider-Man be a 1 cost. So... let's just try this. This is our first game with this deck. Ooh, okay. Is that not enough? What's up? Hell yeah. Big fan of it being just barely not enough. Okay. I see you. Alright, are they going to destroy your deck? Is that what's going to happen? They're going to destroy your left and we're just going to lose? That seems like what's going to happen, right? Or are they a leader deck? They might be leader. And then like that, I think actually beats leader because it puts... No, I don't know if that's true. Can we beat leader? We might just not be able to. That's always like a possibility. I don't know. Adding 12 to the left. I mean, if it's destroyer, it's destroyer. We just lose, right? I don't know. Let's see what they got. Yeah, it's destroyer. We just lose. Oh well. That's a very strange Electro build, which is why it threw me off quite a bit. I didn't see that coming until it was too late. I still could have retreated there, but I just... Like, Electro very often plays leader, and because we were getting 4 extra power because of Angela, you can beat leader using Angela in the way that I played sometimes, but yeah, I sort of saw it and sort of didn't, and these things happen. We're going to try to keep that in mind, the fact that we didn't know exactly what they were on for the end of video surprise that I have planned for you children, because it's part of what we're going to be talking about. Spoilers. But it's part of the new format that we're going to be doing. Alright, Angela, a neat little interaction is that Angela into Nightcrawler. Huh. Do we Quinjet too? Let's Quinethy Jet. Let's do it. Angela into Nightcrawler. You can then move the Nightcrawler out of the Angela lane to give her +2 more power, which is good. You know, we might say. Okay, alright. This is also, you might say, good. Honestly, the worst part of this was the Olympia drawing us the cards. So if we just do that, we get a Polaris and a Mojo, and they'll be reduced twice off Quinjet. And then we can move Nightcrawler and go to... Yeah, we'll do that. Spider-Man will cost us 1 next turn. The Polaris and the Mojo that we add to our hand will basically be free. We'll be able to pump out a whole bunch of power. And if they are a discard deck, which they seem to be, they might play Dracula, and us drawing them extra cards on turn 6 can mess up Dracula pretty bad. That's fine. We'll fight back. We'll fight this one. Let's just see what happens. They're very unlikely to what does out of time mean? I put in my turn, right? Yeah, okay. That was weird. Yep. So that reads as the Dracula deck to us, right? We're all seeing that. We're all on the same page here. We're all chilling. We just do that, right? Keep them out of Nidavellir. Hopefully fill up their Onslaught Citadel by pulling Sunspot and pushing something else or multiple things into Onslaught Citadel. And then we can Mojo and it'll have a double ongoing. So it'll be a 0 cost 14 power. This is why me and Mojo vibe. We're both 0 cost 14 powers. Alright. Juggernaut, do your thing. Push left. Go left. That was not left, Juggernaut. Come on. Very disappointed. Oh! Okay. Tell me... Oh, they didn't... They weren't able to do it. Alright, we're fighting over... Oh, they filled left on their own. Cool. Yeah, you could have a Polaris or a Maximus. Actually... Oh, no. Them getting Polaris is bad for us. Oh, no. Oh, no, because they can only put it in the center. So we can just fill the center, and we'll be chilling. Okay. So... Mojo... Maximus? Yeah, Yeah, Mojo Maximus. Cool. They did the Dracula thing. They did the Ghost Rider thing. Magneto's a good hit. Alright. So, we're going to lose, is I believe what we're going to do. Zero cost? Oh, yeah. That's tough, you know? How many did they have in hand? I mean, it's... Statistically, it was very unlikely that they were going to hit a zero. Oh, they were out of... They had no cards left in their deck. Oh, yikes. Okay. Alright, that's on me. I thought we were going to pull, like, refill their hand with Maximus, and it was going to cause them problems. But I didn't realize they were just out of cards in deck completely. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what caused that. So normally so Jubilee is one card down, right? I wonder if there's math on that I just never thought of before. Morag is fine for us in general. This is less fine. We really didn't want to put Ant-Man in the Nexus. But here we are. Here we are. Alright. That's something. We have priority. Maybe we just, like... Alright, well... This is, I think, getting worse for us. Oh, it's another discard deck? I hate it here. Why? Why is it doing this? I also wish we had Quinjet. Pretty hefty wish on that one. Huh. Alright. We're gonna see about trying to, Okay. They got that. We got that. It's just not... It's not working for us. I guess we go like that. Because we want our kind of our big out was giving them Titania and filling up their Nexus so that they couldn't have a fourth card there on turn 6. But they didn't play to the Nexus, so now that's not really an out for us. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what our odds are at this point. They're not good. But at the same time, like, no, because they're literally just going to Ghost Rider and get a death. So we'll just retreat. We can't beat Ghost Rider death. All right. I'm gonna say this is a very strange set of decks. Like, I never see this many discard decks. Oh, someone released like a Black Cat discard deck today, didn't they? I think I saw that on like a Discord I'm in. That might be why this is happening. All right, what do we got? Okay, the mirror match. I'm sure of it. All right. I mean, we usually fight for turn 4 pretty well, especially because they didn't deploy anything and we Scorpion their whole hand. That's pretty ideal for us. I guess we do that. We need to break parity on that. And that kind of guarantees it. And then also, if they do something to get rid of TVA, we can still win Asgard. But, oh, you know what? Let's just go for the gold, I think. Maximus wins us, like, any tiebreaker, right? And then we win left. So the only... Yeah, because if they... Yeah. So we pushed... Wait. Oh, okay. We won the tiebreaker and the game anyway. Okay, cool. Time's up. Another location that passed the vibe check. Maybe that's how we should rate our games. Look, we had 2 good vibe locations and we won. So, honestly, that's all I needed to see. Alright, come on. These opponents make me wait 3 seconds to get into a game. Absurd. Alright. Do we have... I mean, we have at least a couple ongoings. So Spectrum isn't the worst. And she didn't start in our deck, so Quinjet does the thing. The Zero deck, it's not impossible for them to be playing... Yeah, I mean, these are both ongoings. Okay. It's not impossible for them to be playing Enchantress, but Enchantress doesn't get us necessarily that badly. Ooh, that's kind of spicy, right? We're going for it? Is that what we're doing? Is going for it? We go like that, that. That. That? Something like that? And then we just go like turn 5 Spectrum, turn 6 Spectrum, and 2 Titanias. I think that puts us in a pretty good spot. I think. What do I know? Nothing. I don't know anything about this deck yet. Yeah. Sarah on turn 4 is pretty good for you. But you have 4, well, we both have 4 cards in hand. Okay. I mean... Oh wait, no, we don't. No, they'll know we have another one. There's no getting around it, right? They have to know. I wonder if they ever, like, don't see the double Titania coming. The problem is, because we didn't Titania, so we Spectrum there, we probably should have Titania'd in hindsight. But hindsight's 2020. And 2020 was a terrible year. Alright, they Scorpion. Alright, well, it could be much worse. They Armor. And then they Cosmo mid. Which is really good for us. In every way. 5. Like, we just do that. And like, they might fill right side. Right? They might. They might. They got 3 cards. They're not filling right. Alright. We'll see what happens. Like, wait, oh, do we get it back? No. Okay. Sure, cards that didn't start in your deck cost 1 less now. Okay, they had Killmonger. Yeah, that's bad. Because they're gonna the last one's gonna be Surfer? It's gotta be, yeah. Damn! Oh well. You know, you just never expect the 0... You see why I was confused, right? You never expect the 0 Scorpion Surfer Armor deck, right? Maybe you expect it, but I never expect it. Another thing to keep in our minds as we go to the final part of this video, which it looks like this is going to have to be the last game, so that we can get in this thing that I'm trying out. All will be revealed. Bifrost, if we pull Miles Morales, Bifrost is like fairly good for us. We might even want to... go like this, Necrotia. If they change the Bifrost to something else, it's bad for us because we're stuck in Necrotia, but I think it's worth trying. Let's like that. Maybe. Sure. Good enough. I think they might not. Yeah. Okay, so they did the storm thing. Big fan. Love to see it. Luckily, one of ours is Nightcrawler, and then we're going to pull their Lizard out. So we'll be winning Necrotia anyway. But it's not great. It's not great. But, you know what is great? That's pretty great. Oh, is this... Okay. They might be playing the 5s, 4, 3, 2s, 1 deck, which is the much catchier name that I came up with for it. We... Reveal first is a problem for Titania. Okay, we'll just Mojo. Nope, they're not playing that. What? They're just playing a good stuff deck. Just a generic stuff that is good. So we go like that, that. Yeah, I don't know. We got what we got. This adds like quite a lot of power. It's not enough power, is it? What do they got? Enchantress? Okay. Oh, yeah, to hit their Lizard is really good. Because now they only need 3 power, which they got. Oh, man. What a beating. What a set of beatings. The beatings will continue until morale improves, huh? God damn. That Enchantress really got us. And not for any good reason. Okay. So, we're going to go into this view. And we're going to switch to that. Alright. I have come up with a rating system for these decks. It's called a deck snapshot, and it's how we're going to end the videos after we play. Now, this is... these scores have been input based on the games that I was playing before I recorded. So, some of them might seem silly in hindsight, having lost cubes over the course of this video, but I don't care. So, the first rating that we're going to be ranking this deck on is Stealth. And that's the thing that I kept saying, remember this for later. It is the ability for this deck to disguise itself as a different deck, or just a deck that your opponent cannot read in general. So we saw, like, our opponent kind of misplay some Cosmo against us, kind of, like, not really understand what we were doing. So that has a lot of utility in this game, and the biggest downside to playing the extremely meta decks, or the decks that are popular like today because a big streamer like played them and released a video about them, is that it's really easy to tell where you stand in regards to that deck. A deck like this that is kind of like, you know, off-brand is notably harder for your opponent to gauge like where they're at. So they're basically just snapping based on their own hand, and very little snapping based on like what they think you're going to be able to do with your cards. It's an 8 out of 10. This deck is, by virtue of being kind of a generic good stuff deck in a lot of ways, having the chance to move some stuff around that your opponent might not want moved, having the sneaky Mojos on turn 6, you know, Mojo or Mojos. Hardly anyone ever sees the Mojo coming. you know, if you can take advantage of the fact that this deck is off meta, you can get a lot more cubes than what we got today. Numbers. This is just for your reference point. I was playing this deck while at rank 87 and collection level 1,728. You know, 1728. Hey, that's just, make of that what you will. I just thought we should include that because some people will be like, this deck doesn't work for me. I'm rank 7 and I'm collection level 4, and yeah, that might be the case. So then we have Appeal. How fun is this deck? So, like, this is obviously subjective, but I think as you watch more of my stuff, you'll probably get a better understanding of who I am and whether or not you and I are, like, more alike or more different, like, you know, the types of, like, decks that we enjoy. So this, for the first time, probably doesn't mean anything, but as the rapport grows, you'll probably get a better sense of who I am as a critic. But it's an 8 also. This deck is really fun to play. I mean, I say that about, like, every deck on this channel, so maybe it's going to start losing some of its, like, meaning. But also, maybe I'm just only playing decks that I want to play. And isn't that a good thing? Shouldn't we all be so lucky? And then the final one is Power. So that's sort of like, if this is doing the best that it can do, how likely is it to win against another deck that's doing the best that it can do, right? So, like, the maximum amount of power that, like, a Cerebro 2 deck can put onto the field is just not as high as the maximum power that a Sarah Surfer deck can put on the field. This is, it's a 6. It's not as good as, like, I mean, we saw, right? The Surfer decks just put out so much power, but, like, the fact that we can, like, you know, load it all into the end like a shotgun and just start blasting, you know, Danny DeVito style, gives us some advantages because, like, you know, your opponents don't see that power coming, but you just can't deploy as much as, like, the Moonwave deck, right? The Death Moon, I forget. The Moon, the Doom, and the Death, I think is what I called it eventually. But, like, that deck can literally just put more numbers on the field, more raw stats. The Arnim Zola deck, we saw the Surfer deck. Like, this beats the generic good stuff decks because it's kind of its own generic good stuff, but deployed in a more interesting way that's harder to read. But and it obviously can beat, you know, the Surfer-esque decks, but it will struggle just keeping up in the highest echelons of, like, both of you and your opponent drew your best hands. If your opponent's on Sarah Surfer, they're probably just going to win anyway. And that kind of sucks. I agree. Like, it's not a great feeling, and I feel like we had that tonight where, like, we lost that one Sarah Surfer deck that just, like, Killmongered us. But importantly, you never see the Killmonger coming in the deck that you think is the Zero deck. So they got us by playing a Nanbo in their own cards, right? And I guess we just have to take those and maybe think about working Nambos into our deck lists going forward, I suppose. So that's it. That's the video today. I'm calling these snapshots, deck snapshots, right? Because snap, like, it's funny. You know it's funny. Okay, so these are going to be a new series, or just a new way of doing the deck highlight type stuff. So let me know if you think that the snapshot portion should happen at the front end. I was tinkering with how I was going to plot out this video and ended up with it at the back end, but, you know, I'm open to suggestions as always. Thank you so much for sticking it out to the end of the video. You know, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a cheeky wee little subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Goodbye.